All right, I think we're live now. Good day, everybody. So we have about 8 minutes to the opening of the New York Stock Exchange, and let's position ourselves. All right, so first of all, let's do a recap of the ongoing challenge and also of yesterday's trade, and then we're going to position for the trading opportunity for today. Yesterday we took a sell trade at this level right here when the price was at this level, you know. Guess what? We took a straight stop loss yesterday. However, I mean, it could have, when I was reanalyzing the trade itself, I actually realized that I could have actually avoided the loss of yesterday. First of all, I knew that the market was bullish, so I should be looking for buy. Yes, I knew that. And I also know that there was a target yesterday. The target was 28,500. And like I mentioned yesterday, see what price has done. Price have moved from 28,000 to 28,500. So from that yesterday when we entered the trade, NASDAQ has moved up 650 points. That means we could have made, we could have even passed a challenge if we are on the buy side actually. So now, why was I selling yesterday? I was selling because I thought that okay, NASDAQ took the previous day high. So yesterday, NASDAQ took the high of Monday, and then it was creating a rejection pattern. Now, if you go to the 1 minute, I entered the trade too early. So if I just wait for, so there's two confirmation I normally wait for when price is going to buy or going to sell, especially if it's on an area of interest. But what happened yesterday that made us to actually take a stop loss was that I did not wait for the second confirmation itself. So I'm trying to actually go back to that price level so I can show you the price formation. Okay, yeah. So this was where we entered the trade yesterday. This is the 1 minute time frame, right? So I'll show you the candlestick that made me to call a sell. So after NASDAQ took the previous day high and created this candle, let me show you this candle. You can see the one that my arrow is pointed at, that one, this particular candle here, that's a rejection candle. The only thing now is I was supposed to wait for the second candle to be a bearish candle, right? So as soon as I saw that second bearish candle going down, I did not wait for it to close. I just entered for a sell, and then I put originally my stop was above it, above the candle where my arrow is. But then I thought, okay, maybe they may want to come back for another liquidity, not knowing that I was already totally wrong. So and the second candle did not close as a bearish engulfing candle, and that's like the mistake I made yesterday. So we could have avoided the loss of yesterday, but it's a good thing that I know that I could have avoided the loss. So that means that I would try to make sure that I don't repeat the same trading mistake itself. So today we will try to wait for a perfect setup, and if the perfect setup does not come in the first 30 minutes or 1 hour of the session, then we're gonna call it a day until later in the day or tomorrow. Today I'm going to church, so I will not be sitting here until, or I'll be monitoring the screen between now I think 4 p.m. or after 4. Then we'll see how it actually goes. Just to show you the account itself, the account is still at 49,000, so that's minus 2%. And that was the trade we took yesterday. The trade lost about 2% profit. So what I need right now, actually, I really need a winning trade. If I get one trade that can go 300 points, 300 points or 400 points, I'm gonna pass this challenge. Like using the same lot size that I actually use, I'm using 10 lot size. So using 10 lots, it's gonna be so good, man. Imagine I entered a trade at buy yesterday and I call it as a swing trade, bro. I would have passed this challenge like right now, but it's okay. It is what it is. We are going to wait again for today. So let's really run through the analysis, and the analysis is going to be very fast. We are not going to take time. What we just need to do is so right now NASDAQ already hit 28,500 and is rejecting. I turn on my indicator now, both indicator for Asian high and previous day levels. So now that I know where the previous day levels are, and you can see what's happening right now, NASDAQ currently is trading above the previous day high. It's trading above the Asian high. NASDAQ is very bullish. So there's also another thing based on the ongoing news right now. We just need to find a support level to buy NASDAQ from, and we can either buy NASDAQ from here, let's call it demand, two places that we can buy NASDAQ from. So if we start to see NASDAQ reacting to this level properly, or we wait for the demand zone that is below the previous day, that's below the Asian high, this level right here. We wait for price to get or enter into this zone. And if it gets there, so those two zones are like demand levels. But if price broke through everything, we're not trading today. We're just gonna wait until tomorrow, because there's a chance that we would just we would be be forcing the trade. All right, good afternoon, Joseph Oluwasegun say good afternoon, boss. All right, good afternoon. Oh, by the way, I remember you took a trade yesterday. Are you trading which prop firm are you trading with? Which account are you trading with, by the way? Which account are you trading with? I'm trading challenge. I'm currently running. I'm trading it with Equity Edge. It's a 50K account. We previously did a 5K. We're done with it. We get payouts. I still have that account. I've not even taken any trade on that account. I'm thinking I might take a trade on that account today or tomorrow on the live account, the 5K. I just want to pass this phase 1 first, and then and be good with it. So this is so in terms of expectation, I'm expecting price to enter into two levels and start rejecting for a buy. And even when price gets into the level, I will not enter immediately because of what happened yesterday. I need to see the confirmation that I'm familiar with. So there's some type of confirmation that I'm already familiar with. So I'm just going to make sure I do the best. Oh, you're trading gold funded, man. All the best for a 3-step. Oh, 3-step. That means you need to make 3% on each account. I mean, on each stage. Is it 3% or 6%? I think 6% on each stage. So it's not bad. I think you can actually do it. 3-step account. That's amazing, man. Right. Are you in the phase 1? 6%. Yeah, 6%. So it's 6% profit. Are you like on phase 1 or phase 2? Which phase are you on? I think gold funded also have like a really good pricing, because Equity Edge, the price for a 50K account is just let me show you. For Equity Edge, if you want to buy account Equity Edge, for example, this is the account I'm currently trading, the legacy 2-step 50K. It costs $300, but they have a discount code called best here that if you apply it is about $148. So you're going to pay $148, which is about $50 for that, and I don't think that's bad. So anyway, I think gold funded too have similar pricing. Okay, by the way, we are now opened, so the opening candle is kind of selling. It's kind of selling. Hopefully one of these levels is going to hold, and then we can get the trade. Right. Right, so the opening candle. Okay, wow. If I decided to sell from the 28,500, I would have made about 250 points, but I wasn't active at that time. That was even just about 12 o'clock. All right, so the opening candle seems to be creating a rejection from that level that we said. So, oh, okay. I think we should wait for the first 15 minutes candle today. Yeah, let's wait for first 15 minutes candle. Although I can already see rejection happening, but we should wait for the first 15 minutes candle to close today. After it's closed, then we would know which direction to join. Especially if after the next 15 minutes, this level is holding. If this level is holding, then we will try and call a direction to take a buy in, to take a trade in. Let's just wait now. So while we're waiting, if you're trading NASDAQ, for example, try and look at what US oil is doing. So if US oil, for example, is buying, NASDAQ is going to be selling. If US oil is selling, NASDAQ is going to be buying. The reason is because US oil is a major driver for technology company. You know, they need oil to function, to transport goods and services and all. So the fact that if NASDAQ is going up, then US oil definitely is going down in terms of pricing. So from what we can see right now, you will see that the price of oil potentially is going down, and it has reached like a demand level here, but maybe this level will be sustained. So there's a chance that NASDAQ might sell a little bit today, which is why we need to hold on in our direction for buying. We need to wait and see if it's going to actually respect the level. Currently now, price is actually respecting the first demand zone that we drew out. You see, it tap inside it and then it's rejecting it. If you are like, you know, it has made about 50 points already by now, but we are not entering yet because we actually wanted to. And it's possible that from here, you know, like it just goes all the way up, right? So someone say I like your trading journey. Oluwafemi Daniel, man. It's very brutal, man. Like, anyway, and I started trading when I was working as a software engineer. So I had a salary that comes every month. So what I did was that I didn't know what I was doing. So I would deposit maybe $1,000 at the end of the month into XNES, and then the next day, within 24 hours or 48 hours, I will have blown the $1,000, right? So I've blown a lot of money first. And so it took me a while to realize that there's actually a certain way to trade. Now I'm following all that process, and then I'm trying to build a trading capital without bringing my own money. So I don't want to bring my own money personally again. I want to use like prop firm. So that's why I started a challenge to make sure that with $5,000 first, then get a payout, then 50,000, get a payout, then with on this current challenge, the 50K, when we pass the challenge, the payout is going to potentially buy, because imagine if you make like $3,000, 6% on a 50K account, that's $3,000. That $3,000 account, it can buy you almost $500,000 prop firm. That's if you are reinvesting everything. Imagine making, you know, just 10% of a $500,000 prop firm account. So that's what I want to do. And oh man, maybe we should have actually entered the trade, because see, it's actually respecting that first demand zone. That's moved up 100 points from there. But anyway, it's not yet too late. We just need to wait for more confirmation, because normally there will always be a pullback, right? So, and we just need to wait for that pullback to happen. And there's a chance that it pulls back a little bit before actually respecting the overall uptrend. If we're able to actually get a trade, any buy trade, the next target, guess what? The next target for NASDAQ is 29,000. You know how today it has reached 28,500, and it reached 28,500 between yesterday and today. That means that this week, if NASDAQ will keep going up, it can get to 29,000. That is all we need to know in order to make money or to even pass the challenge. To pass the challenge, if I'm using like a small lot size, I need 500 points. That means if I'm able to get a buy, like a swing trade that can leave it to keep running for like 3 or 4 days, I can pass the challenge by just one trade and holding it. So potentially now I'm going to try and, you know, I'm going to try and hold and find the best zone to actually take my trade, and then we're just going to wait and let it go. So no signal yet, guys. No signal yet. The reason why I didn't enter when he entered that zone, not I didn't give a signal. It actually gave a signal. You see, the first red candle was a bearish candle, and it's closed as like a rejection candle. And then you see an engulfing green candle. Normally that's a signal to buy. But then there's a chance that because of yesterday's loss, so I was hesitating. I want to see like, you know, structure break. Now for structure break, you see from here like this, it needs to break this high. No, this high rather. It needs to break this high, then do a pullback maybe to this place, then continuation. So if that doesn't happen, in the first 15 minutes, that means that they're going to go a little lower, and we're going to be taking a buy from the next zone instead of this one. Right. Let's see how it goes. We would just see what we can do. Actually, we are just gonna see what we can do, and it's gonna be all right. Yeah, I just took off my camera. I think my PC is lagging a little bit, so I put off the camera for a minute. One of the things about trading is that, we have to like wait and wait and wait and wait. So, something funny is that when everybody talks about how they were profitable as a trader was by waiting a lot, especially if you're doing prop firm, the waiting is too much. It's sick to wait. You wait for you to pass phase 1, you wait to pass phase 2. Now you wait to get a live account. Especially most firms, they don't give live account immediately. Now when you wait to get phase 2, you wait for minimum of three business days after you pass your phase 2 to get a live account. When you get a live account, you trade, then you wait for payout. Everything about this trading is just waiting. And now, not only that, you also have to wait for signal. Like imagine right now, we cannot just enter the trade because we see it. We did yesterday, but it didn't work out well for us. But imagine today, we cannot just re-enter like that because we don't want to take a second loss. At least we need one win to recover back the loss. Once we recover back the loss, then boom, we can go in profit direction. So we'll definitely pass the challenge. Actually, it's just that if we're trading carefully, it will take time before we pass the challenge, and it's actually not a bad idea. I like the idea of trading as a salary, trading and making the payout like a salary. Well, okay, all the work I've done during the month, I'm at least going to get one payout at the end of the month, and then that one payout is going to be enough to take care of like things like internet, food, or minor expenses that you actually incur. And the moment you have like really big trading account, then obviously you're going to be making a lot more bigger money. So yeah, let's see how it goes, guys. Let's see how it goes. So it does seem like NASDAQ would actually respect that level. The same thing for S&P 500. Oh yeah, see, S&P 500 is respecting the level. US30 is pushing up already, and US oil should actually be going down. US oil should be going down. So we have about 6 minutes for the first 15 minutes. So afterwards, we would know what to do. But I don't think there's a signal yet because it has not broken any structure to the upside. So the only thing now is that it could just be a beginning of a new move. If you have to take a buy from here, your stop loss has to be this level at least, 150 pips. Then you target the high. I think I'll pass on this setup. I'll wait for a better setup. And though buying now honestly makes sense, but your stop loss has to be all the way down. Your stop loss has to be a minimum of let's see, what's the current ATR value? The current ATR value on 15 minutes is 55 points. So that means you need to use 55 times 2, right? You need to use a minimum of 112 points as your stop loss. So if you will be taking a buy, your stop loss at least has to be below the Asian mid-range, which is about 130 points. But I'm not going to do that just now. I prefer to take trade like from Asian low or Asian high, previous day high, previous day low. Those are like my bread and butter level to take trades on. Okay, let's go. Let's wait and see. We have 4 more minutes for the opening to finish. Okay, so 4 more minutes and we can maybe get an entry. By the way, guys, I have another idea that I wanted to share with you, and it's not a new idea, it's the same idea. If you're trading signal, for example, like if you're trading like with me, for example, try to trade only with one person, especially together in one community. Trade only together in one community. If you take a trade in our community, you take another trade in somebody else's community, or even let's say in your own community, because everybody has like different winning days and losing days. If you take a trade on our winning day and you make money, and you go and take a trade on somebody else losing day and you lose money, and you come back to trade with us and then you trade on our losing day. so you know, everybody's strategy or system has a winning day, losing day. So you just need to make sure that you stick with like, you know, one trading system or trading mentor, trading person or trading community, and just do whatever it is that is most comfortable, at least one thing per time, you know. And if you have not yet started trading one pair, honestly, I recommend that you do it. Trade only one pair between now and next 3 months and see how much better you become, like, you know, in trading in general. Like, it's so interesting to see the kind of progress you would make trading just one pair every single day, every single session, like the same session. Let's say you are trading NASDAQ like I do. I only come to it in New York session. There was a time that I used to trade NASDAQ in London session, New York session, Asian session, but I used to lose a lot of trade. I used to make money, but I used to lose a lot of trade. So I wanted to reduce my trading frequency. Now, the only thing that helped me to reduce my trading frequency was I realized that when I was trading all those other sessions, I wasn't really making money. So I reduced my session to just the important session that actually makes money. And I knew that I was making money in the New York session because I was tracking my data. Like, I actually have a spreadsheet that I track all my entries. I've documented over 100. Let me even show you. So I've documented over 100 plus NASDAQ trades that I've done before. Let me see. Trade checklists, NASDAQ trades. So, for example, these were trades I was documenting for NASDAQ, over 120 NASDAQ trades. This was all done in 2025. I did all this last year. So I was analyzing, you know, all the trade I took in London session. Like, for every single trade I take, I record the time, the session, the direction of his sell, the time frame, and what was the confirmation that I got that make me to take the trade. I also record like the trend. Am I taking trade in direction of the trend or counter trend? Then I put the screenshot of the trading view before and after the trade. If I win, I record it. Okay, it's a win, 1-1 or 1-2. If I did something wrong, I put a note for myself. I did that for like, you know, like 3-5 months in August, in last year, 2025 rather. And after a while, I realized something, and I stick with what I actually realized. And I can, as soon as I did that, I start to see a really different progress in my trading. All right, guys. So the buy has actually left us right now. Officially, we're going to be buying. Okay, so the first 15 minutes candle has closed, and it's a bullish formation. All right. So what we're waiting for now is a pullback. We get a pullback, we're going to be entering. So the first demand zone is respected. It has already gone up 130 points. And wow, that's so cool, man. That is so cool. We would have made money if we entered immediately, but we did not. So don't worry, guys. We would get a better entry. The thing now is that I'm going to be on this live stream for the next 10 or 15 more minutes if a setup is going to come. But if a setup did not come, I'll post the signal on the Telegram. So we need to break this level first of all. So once NASDAQ break this level, I think as soon as they break this level, we should get a pullback. And when we get a pullback, we wait for the first bullish engulfing candlestick on the pullback, then we enter a buy. And hopefully that can actually take us to the promised land. Oh, but that's actually really good. It's pretty good. Pretty cool. If we had not taken a loss yesterday, we would have actually entered the trade as soon as it entered the demand zone over here. We would have entered a trade like right here in the demand zone. But because we took a loss yesterday, we need to see a break of structure and a pullback. Then we enter on the pullback. So as soon as price can break this, let's go to the 5 minutes. It's better to look at it on 5 minutes. If it can break this level, the way I draw it, let me redraw it again. Yeah, this level, if it breaks and then pull back into this level, and then it starts to give like a 1 minute engulfing candle, then you can just enter them targets. Otherwise, if it did not break, there's a chance that it will keep going lower onto the Asian low before it actually starts going up again. Right, people, I think we should actually just call it a day. It's been about 15 minutes. Usually, it's usually like this, whereby there is maybe one or twice in a week that we're going to see signal, like in the first 15 minutes of the opening. Like it's something that always happens every week, either once a week or twice a week maximum. Every other time you have to wait for at least 1 hour or 2 hours after the session before you actually see a signal that you can trade. So, and just to let you guys know, the way I trade is basically that I'm trading the concept called supply and demand. You already know, and if you don't, you can actually learn on YouTube. Supply and demand strategy. You can learn from. I'll post some videos link on the Telegram. The people that you can actually learn supply and demand from. Now, though, once you know supply and demand in general, where is the supply, where is the demand, based on the time frame you are on, you need to know the trend of the market. Obviously, now NASDAQ is not even hard to tell what is the trend because it has been going up, right, since the beginning of April. It has just been going in one direction. It has been going up. So that means that it's in an uptrend. Well, when it's in an uptrend, we only need to identify a support zone or a demand zone. Support zone is an area where price recently broke structure. Anywhere that there was a consolidation before a break of structure, that is like a support level or a demand level. And especially if it's like on the higher time frame, say 15, 1 hour, 4 hour, very nice. So for then the second thing, obviously, which is like the most important thing, is liquidity. Well, the term is called liquidity, but it doesn't really mean anything. But it means where people are clustering their stop losses. So for example, now I use the Asian. So I have two indicators that I use. One is the Asian range indicator. You can also use any Asian range indicator. You can also draw your Asian range indicator. But what it does is I turn it off, the line disappears. But if I turn it on, you see the blue lines that appear on the chart right now? That is the Asian range, meaning that when Asian session starts, especially for Nigerian, that's at 11 p.m. our time to 7 a.m. the next morning. Anything that price does within that period is called the Asian range. So it draws the highest point and the lowest point. So there's always a midline, which is like a yellow line. You see it over here with the indicator that I'm using. Now, anytime if there's a demand zone below the Asian low and NASDAQ taps into it and rejects it, there's a higher probability that price will respect that as a setup and then you can take a trade. The same thing with the Asian high. If NASDAQ take the Asian high and started rejecting from there, there's a chance that NASDAQ is going to sell from there. But obviously, you use that in line with supply and demand concept and all. So, and that's actually what I do. And the second one I did use as well is the previous day high and previous day low levels. I use, and I also have an indicator for that. I actually build this myself. So it should be on the Telegram, but if it's not on the Telegram, I might send it there again. So basically, this actually draws the previous day, and you can actually do it manually by yourself. Normally, I do it manually before. What I do is that manually without the indicator, I right click. I stay on 15 minutes time frame. I right click on my trading view, then I click settings, then I look for session break under events. Look for session break. What session break does is that it divides all your trading days with an arrow. You see all the horizontal arrow. So between this arrow, this is Tuesday, this is Monday. So it's easy for you to see each day, like how the price move in each different day. And then you can draw your previous day high and previous day low. You can easily identify, oh, okay, so where was the highest candle of yesterday and where was the lowest candle of yesterday? And then you can draw your line over there and then boom, you're good. So the same thing. So instead of me doing that all the time, every day, so I just made an indicator that will automatically draw those lines, right? So I don't have to manually have to go to session break, click, click, click. I just click one button and everything appears on my screen. And also, in addition with the previous day high and previous day low, I now am able to tell what is the ATR value. ATR means average true range. Like if you want to know what stop loss to use, like the best stop loss to use is always the ATR value. So if the ATR is 50 points, then I recommend that you times 2 it. So if the ATR is 100, you do times 2. So that's your stop loss. Now, for the trade that we're going to take today, whatever the ATR says is going to be times 2 of it. That's going to be the stop loss. And that's exactly like how I've been trading. And so I don't think that we're going to get a proper move again right now. We need to wait for the setup to maybe pull back, more pullback, and maybe we'll get a proper trade. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to set an alert so that at least I will not, I'm going to set 2 alerts. I'll set one back into the demand zone. If price comes back into that demand zone, and I'm going to set one above here, because there's a chance that if NASDAQ starts to go up, at least I should know. So I've set 2 alerts. If any of these alerts take off, then I'll reanalyze the trade and see where we can actually get an entry from. If not, then anything between now and 4:30 or 4 o'clock, I'm going to send a signal. If not, then it's till tomorrow, and we'll see each other again. Thank you guys so much. If you're not on the Telegram where I share the updates, you can actually click on the link in the description to join the Telegram, and you can get to see all the updates there. Thank you guys for coming. Happy and safe trading. Protect your capital. We're going to get a trade. Sooner or later, we'll get a trade that passed the challenges. But for Joseph that is trading the 3-step gold funded, all the best, brother. As long as you're trading carefully as well, I think you're going to pass it easily. And I'm trading a 2-step equity at 50K, so I'm going to pass phase 1, pass phase 2. We're all going to pass together. I think some people are trading a 5K account. I know 2 people that are trading a 5K account from the giveaway account that I did last week. They are trading the 5K account, and I think it should be all right. All right, guys. Thank you, and see you again on the Telegram. Bye for now.